We are getting a wood stove. In this video, I will restore, install, and use this amazing wood stove. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hi, I'm LilBjessup. I picked up this wood stove on Facebook Marketplace for free, and I am no longer gonna be cold in the shop. It did have a bunch of ash in there, just got all this out of it. And there's still some more left in there. I'll get the shop back out, suck it all out, get her cleaned up real good. And there's a fire brick missing right on this side, but I found the brick, the fire brick, so we'll see if we can put that in there. Get her all cleaned out. All right, so I wrangled all the bricks back in place. That was a task. So now I'm going to test fire it. Just going to load it up with some stuff. All right, so I've got some kindling, some cherry, and some scrap in there. Let's see how I can get this thing lighted. I've got my MAP gas bottle. I'll just light it from the bottom. There's fire in there. Shut that, shut this. I'll test it open. I have no clue what I'm doing, but we got a wood stove burning. This thing does smoke a lot. Whoa. I wonder if it's supposed to smoke this much. I don't know. There we go. She just needed some air. Nice. Let's see if I can close this bad boy. Oh yeah, look at that. I figured out a wood stove. Now she's burning clean. And putting off some heat too. Ooh yeah. Nice. Now I just got to find an exhaust pipe for this thing. Get her all cleaned up and I toss it in the garage. Now we're cooking. So I just pressure washed my warm trash can and I'm waiting for it to dry. And once it fully dries, I've got some stove polish I'm going to put on it. So let's wait for that to dry. Really getting somewhere. Paintbrush is definitely the way to apply this, because a rag will just turn your hand black. Yeah. Before, after. That polish did a pretty good job. Looks good as new. So I've got the stove where I want it to sit, and utilizing my fancy plumb bobs, I've centered it in between these rafters right here. Keep in mind that this shelf full of flammable liquids will not be here. It's going to disappear. I did go out to the store. Even though the stove was free, the chimney is not. That was expensive. So I've got everything I need to do a proper chimney. That way I don't burn this building down. So I've got the chimney pipe, and I've got the double insulated chimney pipe. I've got some extra links for running through the ceiling. I've got the actual stove pipes, and I got this through the ceiling kit. Now this is typically for like an attic and everything, but it'll work good in here. And it was cheaper to get this than to order the rain shield, flashing, and everything separately. So I just went ahead and got this. Now I have this big old box right here to make sure I don't burn anything up there or put some wood up there. So let's dig into this stuff. So I've put the stovepipe on, and in order to mount this thing up here, I need to frame it around it. It's 14 inches, so I'll do 2 beams going across, and then that'll be the supports for this box. That box will tuck up here, and I have to cut it to the angle of the ceiling too, so that's going to be fun. And but first I'm going to find the dead center of this pipe up there and mark it, and that's how I'm going to do my measurements off the plumb bob. So while getting everything prepared to do the chimney the other day, it started raining and icing on me, so I stopped. And I am back inside now. I'm going to work on this box, get this thing cut to shape to fit up in here. But let me tell you, today is cold. Today would be a good day to have a wood stove burning to keep me warm while working on my wood stove to get it burning. So I don't necessarily have a good idea of how to get this angle, but I know this is a way that will get this angle. This fancy tool right here, you slide, pinch my finger. You slide it in and it gets the angle for you. So that's the angle I need to cut on the box. Close enough for government work, I must say. Perfect. Dust now. And there we are. There's my roof thing. Now it should be level. I think that came out all right. So now I'm going to cut some 2x4s, and I'm going to just install the one on the back for right now. So I've marked where the box goes on the ceiling and found the center of it, just right there. I'm gonna put a screw in that and then go up onto the roof and cut a hole out. It's not too bad up here on the roof with the sun hitting me. This is the only part of the roof that gets sun is this side. After a little looking, I found this screw. I should have went with a longer one because, man, that's really small. The instructions say to go 2 inches more than the diameter of the stove pipe. So my stove pipe, no, it's 4 inches bigger, so you have a 2-inch gap on each side. So my stove pipe is 10 inches. So I'm gonna make a 14-inch hole. All right, so I'm gonna go 7 inches all the way around to give myself a 14-inch hole. Got this fancy, got this fancy tool right here. Get the length of the hole I want to 14 inches. Put it on there and just do a circle. So now with your hole marked, you want to get some starter holes for your saw. Immediately broke my bit. All right, this bad boy will have no problem punching a hole in this roof. Hi. This is some really thick roof stuff. I don't think shingle should be that thick normally. That's like a good 1.5 inches of just shingles. Man, good roof though. Well guys, I can be a real dummy sometimes. You know, I'm used to working on simple stuff like dirt bikes that use the same parts and Chevy stuff that everything bolts up the same. So there's a difference between Duravent and Supervent pipes. So this is a Duravent through the roof kit, and this is a Supervent pipe. Even though they're both 6 inches, they don't go together. And since they don't go together, I'm going to have to return my Supervent pipes. I've got, you know, 3 of them, and get some Duravent pipes from Tractor Supply. So it's a lesson. Learning curve is there. So let's get on it, I guess. Let me load these back up and make a trip to Lowe's. 2 Lowe's, I'll be back in a jiff. Now I got the right pipe. So as you can tell, this one is much bigger. It's still 6 inches on the inside, but there's an extra air gap. So this just kind of goes on here and rotates, and that's how it locks down. Unfortunately, I got to cut a bigger hole in my ceiling to allow the right gap. So I'm going to work on that real quick. For this one, for this new cut, I'm just going to use a piece of flashing as my template, and I'll just mark it around. And all dirty. So I'm currently running out of daylight, but I got to get this piece of flashing up, so I'm going to get it real quick. Alrighty, so I pried some of the shingles back and cut some up, and now I'm going to put some goo on it. I'm going to go around the front and the sides, but nothing on the bottom. Get this thing all sealed up and pressed down. This stuff is hard to squeeze. Maybe this stuff doesn't apply good after winter time. Because this seemed like a good idea. That was definitely a red-green moment, if I've ever seen one. Oh yeah, well, it's still kind of hard, but you can warm her up a little more, just a little longer. It's about as warm as a microwave burrito. Oh yeah. Look at that. Awesome. Now, I'm not an expert, but that's probably enough. Time to go home, little buddy. Oh, goodness. That's some thick stuff. Alright, I gotta finagle it around. I really hoped to get everything finished up last night, but I didn't. I ran out of time, ran out of daylight, and I wanted to let the sealant under the flashing sit overnight. So I did. So what I did today was I screwed in this front piece, and I screwed the box into it front and back. And this thing it's very solid now. So that actually supports the chimney. And speaking of chimney, it's time to throw it up there. All right, these chimneys are pretty simple. They have a top and a bottom. The bottom will screw down into that sleeve down there and lock into place. Have to manipulate some stuff, but it'll work out. Got a pipe. Last touch. Voila. Now I did goof up. I almost fell off this roof, and I mad grabbed the chimney before I hit the ground. I messed up the flashing pretty good, so that's a oops. But other than that, she's she's gonna work. Can't believe I about took this whole thing out. So now that my pipe's all finished, I can safely get all my tools down and fire this bad boy up. All right, I cleaned up the area around it. I removed the flammable liquids, and I've got a little bit of wood in there. I'm gonna get this thing lighted, lit, ignited. It's currently 41 in here. Let's see what happens after I run this thing. There's a successful fire in the wood stove. It's nice and warm. And the chimney's working. No unusual smoke or anything that's causing any concern. Well, yeah, it's working good. Got a little bit of smoke coming off the top, but that's just the polish, I'm pretty sure. It also smells like polish, so that's that. So this little door down here, if you open it up, this thing really starts going. I don't know what that little door does, but you can hear it sucking. All right, I am impressed with this thing. I've had it running for probably about 5 hours now. It's pretty toasty in here. So it is 54 degrees in here, and outside it is 38 degrees. So 54, 38 is pretty good. And since I've had this thing running for a while, I'm not worried about anything catching on fire. Even this box up here, look at this, ready? I wouldn't even say that's maybe like 70 degrees, 80 degrees. So nothing I'm worried about catching on fire. It is nice. So we're good. This thing is definitely a game changer. And hey, today's the first day of winter. So first day of winter, first time getting a wood stove fired up. It's a win. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This wood stove will keep me warm for the whole, like, who knows. This thing's gonna be a blast. If you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you for watching this much, and stick around for what other projects that I have coming up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great winter. Stay warm, my friends.